Is trust if you establish that this is what we want in the relationship.
How do I trust you if I know that you're going to replace me?
No, I don't want to replace my
You the
girlfriend.
bottom
Okay,
chick.
maybe I should orient my conversation then towards Myron instead.
Okay, go ahead. So,
I don't think Myron. I think Myron doesn't want to replace the main chick either.
Yeah, like, so ladies, you got to understand that for us, and I know it's kind of difficult to understand a little bit because for you guys, sex is emotional. You can't fathom the fact that you're having sex with someone without some kind of emotional tie.
Not me.
But for,
Hello?
but for okay,
Yeah, seriously.
So the way it works for women is if you have many partners, like more than 50, that's the average. Then women are able to compartmentalize it and not feel emotions while having bedroom fun. But that's not the kind of girl you want to date, because then she'll never be attached to you. You'll never pair bond. And she ruins her own life by it. But most women that haven't had that experience, they're not able to have bedroom fun without emotions, because they release 10 times the amount of oxytocin that men do, which is the pair bonding hormone. So there you go.
You can't just say all women here, you know? You can't say that.
I'm saying in general, most women have an issue with having sex with multiple men at the same time, and we established this earlier when I was asking my line of questioning. So what I'm saying is that since most women have an issue with that, it's very difficult for them to grasp this concept that having sex with other people but having a main girl. Now, you may be able to do it, you're able to do it with Destiny, but a lot of women aren't able to do that. Most women don't want to have sex with multiple men at the same time and or multiple partners. They want to get security from one guy, have sex with that guy, emotionally build with that guy. But what I am saying is that men are different. We can love you and have sex with another girl. And what I'm arguing is my ability to have sex with other girls and even enacting on that ability makes me more attractive to my girl, because women are very attracted to something called pre-selection. But men, however, are not. That's why I'm saying it doesn't work on the open side for the female, because a man doesn't need a cosign from his guy friends to know a girl's attractive.
As long as you're specifying, that's for like the 1%. Because to 99% of women, their guy fucking another woman is the least attractive thing in the world.
No, that's not true, actually. Okay, here's how it works. For a guy to be attractive to a girl, she has to know that he could cheat, that he capitalizes on it. Not necessarily, right? But she has to fear that he could cheat. She has to know that he could get another girl, that he has other options. Also, guys, if you hear me coughing, sorry, I'm a little bit sick, but the show must go on, okay? I apologize.
That's like,
I disagree. She becomes more attracted to that guy.
If she is actually into like the fetish of like cuck queen or whatever, maybe.
No, that's not true. No, that is not why women are attracted to men that cheat or men that could cheat. The reason why they're attracted is because it is a guarantee that he is actually pre-selected, that he has other women. So again, the girls that will be most attracted to you are the girls that are friends with benefits first, right? For you. And the reason is because at that time when you were friends with benefits, you were with other girls, and she knows for certain that you're a superior man. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you like the channel, want to support me, hit the sub, hit all the notifications. You can also join my Patreon. It's patreon.com/theheliosblog. Newly revamped posting weekly content, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You could also drop me a donation like Tom M here. Shout outs to him. Link is in the description.
It's not a fish fetish. For the men at home listening, if you cheat on your wife or girlfriend, she's not going to find that attractive. No. That is some wild shit.
I'm curious of the girls. Do you find it attractive knowing that your man is hooking up with someone else?
It's not about the attraction. It's about women don't like nice guys. They like fuckboys.
Yes.
That's right. Women like guys who can cheat. Doesn't mean they do, but men that can, that have the ability to. Men that other women want to be with and other men want to be. That's who women are attracted to.
They respect a guy that can get pussy.
Women are meant to almost be women are almost indoctrinated to be fucking miserable without knowing it in a weird emotionally, because when you're literally comfortable with a guy, we're like, he's not going anywhere. We disrespect the fuck
Does it sound like a healthy relationship? It's not really healthy. No one wants that at the end. If you pick, like, do I want to have a guy that fucks around, or do I want to have someone that is just with me? I think most women was gonna say just with me.
Well, no. What all women want is the guy that sleeps around to commit monogamously to her. That's what women want. They want the guy that can sleep around to choose not to sleep around only with her. They want the prince, the king, to be only with her. They want the man with money, the man with status, the man who's able to get multiple women, the man who's a playboy. They want him to not be that and choose to be monogamous with her and to have children with her and to get married to her. That's what women want. They want it all.
All women just said the opposite.
So it's not. So here's the thing. We can say that, but the reality is, women are primarily hardwired to men that can replace them with other women. Because here's the thing: they've done this with chimpanzees. They had a chimpanzee, right? A male chimpanzee, by himself. And chimpanzees are the closest to human beings, by the way. And he didn't attract the female chimpanzees. However, when he had female chimpanzees with him, the female chimps wanted him. It's a human thing. When you go to the nightclub, where are all the girls concentrated? In the VIP with the guys that have the money and the status, and all the girls are there. You go to a party, who has most of the girls? They're typically, one guy has a monopoly on all the girls. So women are highly attracted to social status, and women need a cosign from other women a lot of the times to find a man attractive. It's just...
That's right. That's called pre-selection, and also it's the Pareto principle, right? 20% of men get 80% of the bedroom fun attention, right? That's how it goes. So women want a guy that gets 80% of the bedroom fun attention. They want that guy to commit to her. That's what it is. So men, if you are able to cheat, which means if you have other options, it's a very powerful thing. You can then leverage that in relationships to get positive things for yourself, right? You want your girl to be fit, feminine, cooperative, bedroom fun, loyal, submissive, all of that. You can encourage her to be those things by being that guy. She will want to stay cooperative, submissive, bedroom fun, loyal, etc. to you if you can cheat. That doesn't mean you necessarily have to cheat. So here's the thing. Cheating almost invariably leads to relationship instability. Now these guys on Fresh and Fit, they don't care, right? They are like, if let's say the average successful guy is top 20, these Fresh and Fit guys are top 1%, right? So when you're at a certain level, you can even have a girl in your own house with your wife and she won't care because, you know, she's a multimillionaire or whatever. But unless you're in that specific circumstance, you either have to keep it totally hidden if you're gonna cheat, or don't do it, because it almost inevitably leads to relationship instability. But ironically, her knowing that you could cheat leads to very high relationship stability, because she knows that she can be replaced, and so she has to stay competitive with the girls that you could replace her with. That's the point. That's called dread and competition anxiety.
It's the way it is because it's social proof. Women are the more vulnerable sex. So if you see a guy, you don't know where he stands. He might be weird, etc. But if there's other girls with him, it makes him far more attractive.
That's okay. The reason why girls don't want the apex guy to cheat is because they're the vulnerable gender. Because women want safety and provisioning along with good genes. And the fear is if you cheat, that she's only going to get the good genes, and where's the provisioning coming from? That's the point. That's why almost always when you cheat, it leads to relationship instability, unless she's already incredibly stable due to the lifestyle you provide, right? So if you're already giving her everything that a girl could want, right, then she's probably like okay with you cheating, right? If she has a nice car and a nice house with multiple kids, and all the kids are taken care of, and they have nice things, and you're in a nice environment, nice and stable, all of that. In that situation, if you cheat and you know she's also fulfilled in a bedroom fun sense and finds you attractive and all of that, then probably she would be okay with it. She'll still stay. But if all of this is not met and you cheat, then what she's going to, what her hindbrain is going to say is, I need security. I need to look for somebody to give me security, right? And for you, it might not matter if you're the kind of guy who just sleeps around, but if you want to keep a stable relationship, well, you got to think about that, right? Either raise your level to be at a level where it doesn't matter, you can cheat and she still won't leave, right? Or just be the man who's capable of cheating and then don't do it, if that makes sense. But here's the problem. If you don't talk to girls, you lose your ability to talk to girls. So you got to still talk to girls. You got to still practice. Otherwise, you're going to lose your edge, and should your relationship fail, it'll take you several months to recover. But again, if you have a high end count before getting into your serious relationship, the skills of seducing women will probably never leave you because you have so much practice, right? All right, let's go to an article by Rotomasi. Socialized hypergamy. Okay, so here's a post by a guy that was on the forums, okay? So our word hysteria has a deeper motive. Egalitarianism, high taxes and social distribution, has changed the economic ecology and altered the incentives for female bonding patterns. Several economists and anthropologists contend that society is transitioning from monogamy to serial monogamy, which is girls going from guy to guy. For serial polygyny to be facilitated, women require absolutely unfettered, unrestricted, unconditional, uncommitted, unrestrained, immoralizing, independent and completely free and unqualified, safe access to bedroom fun, free choice. Unbounded by contracts, agreements, social norms, moral restraints, religious injunctions, social ties, aesthetic norms, maternal obligations, infanticide, selling progeny, and economic restrictions. Anything that's deemed as restrictive is seen as limiting this choice. Male spaces, employment obstacles, undesirable attention, unsafe neighborhoods, male aesthetic standards, religion, and of course the R word. What we are seeing is choice hysteria. Anytime someone somewhere restricts female bedroom fun choice, it's met with unbounded fury. Even centuries-long legal precedents and wrongful imprisonment must acquiesce to facilitate free choice. Here are some quotes showing we're transitioning. So this is Murdoch from 1967. Ethnographic Atlas categorized just 16% of 862 cultures as exclusively monogamous, with polygamy being found at some level in the rest. A 2011 study from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control found that just 23% of women and 14.7% of men aged 25 to 44 had one or zero opposite gender lifetime partners. Frank Marlowe, Biological Anthropology, Cambridge. When males provide all the income, but some have much more than others, richer males achieve polygyny, while ecologically imposed monogamy prevails in case of moderate inequality. When males provide an intermediate level of investment with little variation, females are not excessively dependent on males, and serial monogamy may arise. David Delacroix, professor of economics. In a society with few rich males and virtually no rich females, polygyny is supported by rich males, who can naturally monopolize a larger number of partners, and poor females who prefer to be the nth wife of a rich male, rather than marrying a poor male monogamously. Eventually, however, the number of rich males increases enough, and poor females prefer to marry monogamously. Serial monogamy follows from a further enrichment of the society, through a rise in either the share of rich males or the proportion of rich females. Monique Mulder, Anthropology. A key finding here is that while men do not benefit from multiple marriages, women do. Although the data are very variable, women appear to gain more from multiple mating than do men. Okay, so let me just write these down because okay. Frank Marlowe. Frank Marlowe, Cambridge. I'll look up his studies. David Delacroix. And that's economics. Monique Mulder. Okay. Apologize, guys. I'm taking notes while doing the podcast. Okay. I've written more than a few posts about equalism here, but one thing that needs to be made clear is that a true state of egalitarian equalism among the genders is neither tenable nor sustainable. There is always a dominant-submissive dynamic in all human relations, not just intergender ones, even in same-sex pairings. While the dom-sub relation may be flexible in various instances, the meta-relationship dynamic tends to place the more dominant personality at the top. For the better part of human history, this dominance has been expected from a man, and I dare say a species evolved into a dominant role, both physically and psychologically. But for the past 60 years, since the advent of ubiquitous, unilaterally female-controlled hormonal birth control, the social and physical constraints of women's hypergamy that have been kept in check by men's dominance has been unfettered. Okay, and this is a quote by Rollo. The premise that a man would ever be owed bedroom fun for anything is offensive to the feminine imperative, because it offends women's self-entitlement to being filters of their own hypergamy. Plain and simple. Women's hypergamy dictates whom they will and will not sleep with, according to the bedroom fund strategy's most urgent needs. To presume a man is owed a bedroom fund for services rendered, or due to his own self-perceived pre-qualification for a woman's intimacy, is to remove women's control of the decision-making, or filtering. The offensiveness doesn't come from the notion that men would need to perform in order to get bedroom fun, but rather that a man might forcibly assume control of a woman's hypergamy as determining of his bedroom fun suitability to her. Okay. Equalism is anathema to hypergamy. So long as women are subject to innate hypergamous influences, there can never be a socialized state of egalitarian equalism. By its very nature, the feminine imperative will always seek an unequal state, maximal restriction of male bedroom fun, and maximal lack of restriction of optimized hypergamy for girls. The persistence of pressing the idea that equalism is a realizable goal is necessary to achieve those optimized conditions. For men, the end result of that optimized state is really a form of normative, accepted, socialized C-star CKing. However, the efforts to achieve this state are in social evidence all around us now. Okay. And this is a quote by Milo Yiannopoulos. Men, driven as many of them like to say by fact and not emotion, can see that society is not fair to them and more dangerous for them. They point to the fact that they're more likely to be not alive, and more likely to unalive themselves. Women do not choose to serve in the armed forces, and they experience fewer deaths and injuries in the line of work generally. Women get shorter custodial sentences for the same crime. There are more scholarships available to them in college. They receive better and cheaper healthcare, and can pick from favorable insurance packages available only to women. When it comes to children, women are presumed to be the primary caregiver and given preferential treatment by the courts. They have more better contraception. They're less likely to be homeless, unemployed, or to use illicit substances. They're less likely to be depressed or to suffer from mental illness. There's less pressure on them to achieve financial success. They're less likely to live in poverty. They're given priority by emergency and medical services. Some might call these statistical trends female privilege. Yet everywhere in all times, they say that men's right advocates, the lived experiences and perceived oppression of women is given 100% of the airtime, in defiance of the reality that women haven't just achieved parity with men, but have overtaken them in almost every conceivable aspect. What inequalities remain are the result of women's choices, and even respectable womanist academics such as Christina Hoff Sommers says this, and not structural biases. And yet men are constantly beaten up over bizarre invented concepts such as R-word culture and patriarchal privilege. The bizarre but inevitable conclusion of all this is that women are fueling their own unhappiness by driving men to consider them as bedroom fun objects and nothing more, because the thought of engaging in a relationship with a woman is horrifying or too exhausting to contemplate. Okay, back to the video here.
It's literally social proof. So my thing is, whether the guy enacts on that sexual capability or he doesn't, it still makes him more attractive. However, on the other side, for the female, I don't need to go to the club with Fresh and have him tell me that girl's bad in the bathroom during our meeting for me to go have sex with her. If she's hot, I'm gonna leave with her. I don't need her cosign. Women, however, she'll find the guy attractive. She's still gonna go to the bathroom with her girlfriends and be like, "What do you think? Am I gonna be a hoe if I do this? What do you think?" Blah blah blah. Women need a cosign from other women. So what I'm saying is that, back to your thing, is I can love my girl, have sex with her, and go have sex with another girl and come back to my girl like nothing happened. However, it typically doesn't work the other way around, where a girl's having sex with another guy and still loves you the same. Now, are there some girls that can do it? Yeah. But I would argue most women can't, because most women want to be monogamous to a degree.
That's absolutely true. Serially monogamous is how women are. And they have a lot of trouble because they're solipsistic. They have a lot of trouble understanding that there can exist perspectives that are not their own, right? So like that men can actually be different, right? And if a man cheats, he's not likely to leave. But again, women see it, they see it this way. If a man cheats, he must not be invested in me. If he's not invested in me, I don't have security. If I don't have security, I need to find another man. You see what I'm saying? Even though when the guy is good enough, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, good enough is extremely rare, right?
If I could clarify,
Sure,
what are the things that you think when you're going with the other woman? What are these other women attracted to you? We say, I can stay really attracted to other women, which is why they want me. What are these specific things?
Well, women universally like certain traits: leader of men, a tall, fit, decisive, confident, ambitious. These are typical, and there's a bunch of other traits as well.
Light skin.
Light skin.
Actually, no, you're wrong. Black.
So if a man possesses these traits, he's going to be attractive to a while, and obviously income and the ability to provide.
Oh, is that girl with blue hair Destiny's wife? Because her body language towards him is like, okay, anyway, let's continue. Anyway.
Security and social status. So if a man has these things, he's going to be attractive to a wide demographic of women, and the more attractive you are to a wide demographic of women, other women want you. Look at Leonardo DiCaprio. He has a terrible reputation according to women. Won't fuck a girl over 25 or won't date a girl over 25. He's a womanizer, etc. But why do the women keep going back to him? Look at Dan Bilzerian. He's taking pictures with hordes of women. I've always said it. This is going to be offensive to ladies here, but having bitches is a passive income to get other bitches. I hate to say it like that, because women, when they see other women with you, they automatically assume you're cool and you're fun, and they want to get to know you because it creates intrigue. Men don't need that, though.
Do you think that these traits are what make you a good husband or father?
So here's okay. You know what? Fantastic point.
Good question.
Really, really good question. High IQ question. I would argue yes, and the reason why is because if I'm able to have sex with a lot of girls and establish which women are worthy of a relationship and which ones aren't, I'm setting myself up for success, because I'm marrying a woman that, number one, has earned, the privilege of being my girl. And then I know that she's going to be a good mother, because if she's a good wife, because I picked her, then she's going to inevitably be a good mother as well, because we know.
That's right. So the idea is this, and this is why they say, you don't get married before 35, you don't get married before you have an income of 50 plus, you don't get married before you have a superior income, if you want to get married at all. And the reason is because, and again, I don't recommend marriage in the West in 2023, that's for sure. But anyway, you need to know women's nature to be able to date and marry them. You need to know women's nature. And if you don't know women's nature, well, you're going to have a very bad time. You're not going to be able to maintain a long-term relationship, because you're not going to have the mental fortitude to deal with all the tests, to maintain yourself in a strong fashion for a long period of time, to be stable, to be strong, to be a leader of men, to coordinate your life along with her life, etc. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of maturity and practice and experience. You don't want to get with a girl that's going to be bad for you, because then she'll be bad for your children too.
Two-parent households are critical to the development of strong children.
Facts. Sure. My concern is, so I talk a lot about men's mental health. That's kind of like what I do my YouTube content on. And we see that men are increasingly depressed, they're increasingly lonely, and they're getting divorced at a super high rate. They're suicidal, and they're addicted all the time. And I worry that part of this is because we've attached a man's value to his GDP. We've said a man is valuable, and I think women do this to men as well, when he has income, because we see money as essentially a heuristic for what you would say is stability providing.
Yeah.
The issue is that like a guy who can provide all of these things isn't inherently a good father. And I would argue that when you're using this dating strategy with women, I'm concerned that the women that you attract and maintain a relationship with aren't the women who are going to be willing to invest into you. You want a woman who's going to find you attractive when you're broke and you're just trying to get your IT degree, and she sees something in you and is willing to stick beside you. But
that's absolutely true. No, that is correct. In fact, the principle that this girl is describing is, if you weren't attracted to me when I was broke, why should I then take you when I'm rich, when you're past your prime? No, absolutely. That girl's strategy, right? That girl's strategy is to sleep with Chad and then to have you as a safety net later, right? But before, women's strategy used to be marry the guy in the early 20s and you take him on the way up, and then as you're declining, he's rising. That's the old strategy. The compromise of old school marriage, of traditional marriage, is exactly that, right? Is you marry the guy when he is not at the top of his value, and you grow together, right? But that's not what 2023 is like. It's wishful thinking. Okay, let me take this shorter Reddit post since we don't have that much time. Wife 29 has been cheating on me 26 and is planning on taking everything. By the way, red flag is already in the title. The guy is younger than the girl and they're married. You're already screwed. Posting on here is I don't know where else to turn. On an alt is my friends know my main. Hello, I just discovered my wife of 4 years has been cheating on me for months with another man. I came back home from work one day to hear her talking with another man on the phone. She tried to calm me, saying he was just a friend, but I knew better. I looked through her phone to find out the worst. She was cheating on me and had been for months. And their messages, she said she plans to leave and take everything. She said she would claim I'd been emotionally absent and cruel and take everything I have. Please, any advice for divorce proceedings would be great. I'm just upset and confused about everything right now. I hope you took screenshots. If you can get a phone, screenshot everything that proves your innocence. Have it for your lawyer. This, also make sure you open a separate bank account to have your checks directly deposited into. Do not empty any joint accounts. Only take what you put in. Take your name off of any joint credit cards and cancel them. Lock your credit. Yeah, and then here's a comment. Yes, but in many states it does not matter. She could cheat in broad daylight and still take everything from him legally. Before you divorce her, record what you found, especially her messages about taking everything. It would still work in your favor. Record or take title of assets in your name. Keep it and record it all. Change all bank account passwords and signatures. Get your wife off of all your insurance plans. Save all your bank statements, especially those in your joint account. If she used the account to buy the other guy gifts, you might claim it back from her. Yeah. Okay. We're going to end the video there, guys. Again, if you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit that sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me, go to my Patreon and subscribe. Patreon.com/theheliosblog. Again, it's patreon.com/theheliosblog. You could also drop me a donation like Tom M here. Shout out to him. Link is in the description. If you took the time to listen to my video to the end, you guys are wonderful. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.